Hello there, my Cancer gang. This is Melissa with Enchanted Emerald Healing, bringing you your monthly reading for October 2021. And as we get started here, as always, if you haven't yet hit that subscribe button, don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button so that you're in the know of all of the amazing content as it is released. If you hit that bell as well. All right, so stepping into your energy, as always, first and foremost, I use the traditional Rider-Waite deck. That's my go-to deck as I do my readings. So stepping into your energy this month, I feel that this is one where you're going to come to some realizations that you're going to do some soul searching. You are going to try a few things out. You're going to come to some realizations. And you're going to realize throughout all of this that as you move through some setbacks, it's going to be a lesson for you, and you're going to come out stronger on the other side of it. So beautiful energy here for you, Cancer. Okay, so stepping into the first week of October, the 1st through the 9th, we have the Devil card with the 3 of Cups. Now, I know that can look a little scary. Please don't run away yet, okay? Because it's not scary. And then we have the 5 of Pentacles with the Strength card, and these two actually came out together. So as you're heading toward the 9th there, this is when these come in, okay? So first and foremost, I really feel as though that this energy for you might be really intense, and I feel as though you're just trying to get through the day where you're feeling the feels, and so it's become a little overwhelming for you. So right now you might be doing the only thing that you can do right now is to just do things that are necessary to get you through the day, that are necessary to get you by. And so you might be doing things to just barely get you by, right? You're only doing the things that you have to do to get through. And so what I feel with that is in terms of what you're doing energetically, what you are doing and putting your output into. So maybe you're picking up less work hours to try to manage because you need to balance that with a little bit more self-care. Maybe you are purposefully, maybe you've been doing this for a while, trying to make sure that you're working less and trying to make sure that you are having more time to yourself to have fun, like that 3 of Cups, right? What are you doing? Spending time with your friends, getting out there, having a good time. But I think that there's some effects from all of that, having done that now maybe for an extended period of time, that there's some things that maybe are creeping up on you there that you had been not aware of, and now it's kind of building up after you've been doing this for a little bit, where you were focused on that. It's now kind of building up to a point where maybe you're at a point where you can't pay your bills, or at least you're not having enough spending money to adequately care for yourself now, right, in the way that you need to. And so you really are barely getting by financially, right? And so there is some untowered effects as a result of that when you talk about your health, right? Because maybe you can't pay your gym membership, or maybe you are having extra stress now because you're worried about how you're going to pay your bills. Or what other physical effects? Maybe some people kind of cope with things in a not so great way. So if you're talking about maybe you've been drinking some adult beverages a little bit more frequently, so thinking about how that affects your body, or things like that. Or maybe you turn to some foods that are, maybe they're like junk foods, or you're eating more junk foods, and how does that affect your body? So really there's an emphasis here from Spirit on your physical body and how that's affecting you. So making sure that you're turning that around, because Spirit is saying, listen, you get out what you put in, okay? And so backing that up just a little bit here too as well, I wanted to just make a mention of this because it comes through from Spirit, and so I will relay it. If you are having physical relations, making sure that you are protecting yourself and being safe about those things as well. Just needed to bring that up. I feel that's a specific message for somebody. It came through, so I am relaying it. So thinking about in terms of your energy output and where you're placing your emphasis of your energy and what you're doing with your time, you know, again, you're going to get out what you put in. You can take a break. You can work less hours when you need to focus on your self-care, and that's not a bad thing. But if you also need to balance that and, you know, say the next week pick up pick up an extra day maybe, to make sure that you are making up for the fact that the previous week you had more time to yourself, making sure that you're having a balance so that at the end of the month you aren't stressing yourself out about how you're going to pay your bills and things like that, because I'm feeling this is a financial aspect. So again, that strength card comes into play, balancing that out a little bit. And again, if you really need to be able to, with that strength card, dig deep, look for that motivation. What's your why? What is it that you're focusing on? You know, what keeps you going every single day? Why would you continue to pick up those hours and to make sure that, you know, you are doing well for yourself? And, you know, maybe it's a child that you really care for. You know, digging deep and making sure that you have the motivation that you need to also keep going. And if you just have to turn on a motivational speech on YouTube or something like that every morning first thing to get you going, because it sets the tone for your whole day, then do that, okay? Pay attention to your thoughts, pay attention to your self-talk. If you need to journal positive affirmations to kind of reprogram, give yourself a little bit of a reboot. If you need to do some yoga to re-energize yourself, do that. If you need to just get out, get some fresh air, go for a walk on your lunch break, do that. So be mindful of, you know, what you're striving for, what it is, you know, that you're looking for in your life. What is it that you want? Start projecting a little bit into the future, into that, because if you are always striving for the minimum, that's the only place that you'll be. Because it's okay to want things and to set the goal just a little bit higher for yourself and then strive for that, okay? Moving into the 10th through the 16th, we have the Star card with the King of Swords. I love the Star card, right? I do. I guess I'll do it this way. The Star card came out with the King of Swords. These two came out together. And then we have midweek, the Empress. Beautiful energy. I love it so much. And then we have the Seven of Swords as we get toward the end of, toward the 16th, you know, for the end of that week. So this is really a time for you, Cancer, to regroup is really what I'm feeling for this whole week. That's really going to be a word maybe to take you through the whole week, is to regroup, like a time out, right? Take some time to really reflect on things. Spirit used the words downtime, right? They wanted you to have a little bit of a downtime, and I feel that this is very purposeful for you in terms of having some soul searching, okay? So if you are going to work less hours, I think that would be a good week to do so, the 10th through the 16th, to make sure that you have some adequate time to really pause and reflect, feel some emotions. I feel like you're going to be searching things out. You might be doing research on something. You might be, I feel like maybe scouring the internet, looking for something. You know, maybe that's a new job. Maybe that's, you know, a new place to live. I don't know what that looks like for you, but I feel like I'm just feeling like somebody's like going through articles on the internet and reading, or something like that. But I feel like you're going to be laser focused on your ideals, right? So like, in a perfect life, this is what I would be doing. And so don't be afraid to allow yourself to sit in that space of the daydream, to start to invite some of that energy in. Start to really, you know, in that downtime, allow yourself to feel what that would feel like in your perfect day, in your perfect world. What would you be doing, and how would you be spending your day, and how would you feel if you were spending your day that way and doing what you wanted to do, and you were able to make unlimited amounts of money doing that and not having to worry about all of these other things, right? Allow yourself to invite in some of those things, because I think that that's going to invite in an opportunity for you to start to reorganize your schedule, to maybe start to think about new opportunities for yourself, maybe even setting your standards higher for yourself. Maybe re-looking at your morals and how they're aligned with how you have your current life set up, right? So I feel, again, hope and faith kind of comes in this week for you as well, in terms of gathering. And so the word gather coming through. Now that could be an actual getting together with friends and family to kind of nourish you and help you through this week. I feel like this is such a peaceful, loving, soulful week for you, and I really love that. But it could also mean, in terms of gathering your resources, gathering your strength, gathering your, making a plan, gathering your ideas about what it means for you moving forward, okay? So what I feel with that Empress card, you have this go forward and be fruitful energy coming in with that. That's, what I feel with that. So for maybe somebody out there could be a pregnancy, okay? But it could also be about birthing new ideas. And so when we talk about that, that's really this brilliant light coming in around you that is really flourishing creativity and so much peace that accompanies that. So while you are out there going through some of these ideas and starting to try things on for size, you will find so much peace in the process of doing that. So now I do feel like some of these ideas will come in and you might engage, you might entertain that a little bit, but then it will leave you just as quickly as it comes. So in fact, I find that you might be deserting ideas or people or situations or abandoning them just as quickly as they come in for you. So I think that it's important to be mindful of what it is that you're committing to and then what's coming in for you. When you have ideas and things like that, sit with it before you go gung-ho. You don't want to go out and buy a bunch of products and things, say, I'm going to be a painter now, right? Say, this is just an example, but say I'm going to be a professional painter now, an artist, and I'm going to go and I'm going to buy all of these canvases and these paints, and then, say 2-3 days later, the energy of that doesn't resonate with you or sit with you as it did just a few days prior, and then you've spent all this money on all of those things. Not that that wouldn't be a good thing for you to engage in terms of helping you to connect with your intuition and things like that, but you don't want to go spend all your money on all of these things and clear space in your apartment or your house or something for that, and get your heart set on that, because I feel like new ideas will be flowing to you very, very quickly. I do feel like you will try several things. You might try a bunch of new things this week. And I feel like there's going to be one path that kind of emerges for you where it helps you to feel very grounded. You really love the energy of it, but it's a very slow start. It'll emerge for you and you may participate in it and you might really like it and you might really like how it feels. However, it's like you drop it almost like a bad habit. It's just lingering in your energy. I just feel like it's going to be lingering there for a little while, and then you might not come back to it for quite a while. So, but I feel that this is important for you because it's a new path that will emerge for you, and when you're ready to pick up that path, it'll be there for you. It's still going to be in your energy. So whether it's an idea for a business or an idea for something that you want for your future, it's going to be there, and then when you're ready and you're in alignment, it will be there and it will come in quickly for you should you choose that path, okay? So I know that that's a little complicated. I hope you understand that, but it's like a slow start. It's going to come in for you, and you're going to kind of warm up to that idea more and more over time. So moving into the 17th through the 23rd, we have the 7 of Pentacles, with the World and the King of Wands coming out together. And so with this, I really feel this week for you, you might feel totally divided. I feel like you're going to feel torn about what you need to do, okay? And I say that because, what was once your dream or your entire goal, what you based your whole life on, I feel is going to start falling away, okay? It's become stagnant. There hasn't been any growth, and you know that. It's been that way for a while, I think. And I feel that you're very remorseful about that. Somehow you have kind of taken this on, and you feel as though, I don't necessarily feel as though you feel it's your fault, but you've identified with this, and now it's almost like you're losing a piece of your identity. And so, it's like you're kind of clinging to this. You don't want it to fall away. But I'd like to extend to you this advice here. Allow yourself to sit with these emotions. Allow yourself to grieve this, and allow yourself to allow this to fall away. Because by doing so, you're avoiding this big disaster. You're avoiding a calamity, okay? You can't cling to those things, because as they fall away, they're supposed to fall away, right? And as it does, what it does is it creates space for something new and different and better, right? And a new, improved version of you will take hold, okay? And it will replace that. So, again, being mindful here, Spirit is saying, listen, the word studious is coming through. So what I'm feeling with this is, don't sell yourself short. Spirit's saying, don't sell yourself short. Listen, you have a lot of abilities. You have a lot of skills, a lot of things that you haven't even embraced. I think mostly out of, I don't want to say fear, but you have some reservations about doing some things. And I feel like there's something that you've wanted to do for a long time, and you maybe have held this like belief or this story, this ego story has come through that like you can't do it, and now is the time to do that. And so what I feel with this is that you might be traveling somewhere, maybe like for a weekend, and taking a course, like a weekend course in something, and it's like more of a pleasure learning, something that you've wanted to learn for a long time, like a cooking class, or maybe there's this like language course, something that you're going away to learn. And so you see this and you sign up for it, and it feels like a yes, you feel great about it, and you're gonna go do this, and then out of this, be it you actually move into a money-making endeavor as a result of this class, whether you take a baking class and then you move into making cupcakes or something as a side business or as a full-time business, or whether you meet somebody there and they offer you a business opportunity. Something is coming out of this where there's going to be some sort of a money-making endeavor. And so I feel like this is good stuff for you, okay? Moving into the 24th through the 31st, we have the Two of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands. Now this, I think, wanted to come out in the reverse, so I'm going to kind of talk to you a little bit about that. And then the Knight of Cups, okay? So really feeling like you might be feeling destroyed or depleted, defeated, right? I feel like you're just sitting there, almost like a storm has come through. In the aftermath of this storm, you're looking at everything around you and you're like, man, none of this makes sense. I just keep getting this, it doesn't make sense. And I feel as though it's a result of you constantly fighting for something, fighting for what you want your life to look like, fighting to keep on going down the same path that you're going down. And I feel that there's no need for you here to fight, okay? It's a battle of your will at this point, okay? There's a need to surrender to Spirit, and to allow and to accept and to go with the flow. So really working with your sacral chakra. And with this, I feel, what you've been focusing on this whole time is like the complete opposite of what you've needed to focus on. Okay, so where you've been placing all of your time and your energy and your focus has been on something that's on the complete opposite of the spectrum of what Spirit's wanting you to see, wanting you to look at, wanting you to learn. And so on the other side of this, because you're fighting to keep this path and keep going down this path, right? Like everything keeps coming up where it's, you have like block after block after block to like success. And it's all like purposeful in terms of like, it's almost like Spirit is putting these systems in place, these blocks in place, because it's like almost like a roadblock, like showing you like, listen, this is not the way. So they're trying to redirect you, they're trying to reroute you a bit. And so, they're trying to course correct you, and they're letting you know, listen, this will all work out in your favor. It's about trusting, okay? And so if you trust Spirit and you start to refocus and to go with the flow in terms of what's showing up for you, start to take action and what's showing up for you versus trying to keep going down this same path where you've had all these roadblocks. What opportunities are showing up for you? What signs are showing up for you? How does your intuition feel? How does your body feel when your intuition is speaking to you about these opportunities that are showing up? Like, pay attention to those things. Maybe, things are showing up for you and there's beautiful coincidences, they say, synchronicities surrounding that. It's all orchestrated by Spirit. So pay attention to those things as you start to formulate a new path for yourself. Overall advice, 8 of Swords and 10 of Swords come out together. All right, and so with this, I really feel it's like Spirit is trying to show you the way, and they're giving you like a breadcrumb, and then you follow it to the next breadcrumb, to the next breadcrumb, and so they're showing you the path. They're saying you don't have to have everything figured out. You don't have to know what the end game is. You don't have to know what the end outcome is going to be, right? You just have to start taking the action steps to get there, and then focus on your joy throughout that whole process, right? And so every setback that you've had up until now, you've had a series of lessons come out of that, okay? So it's not for naught. And so understanding that as you loosen your grip or your control on some of these things, these systems, they're saying, so whatever you had your grip on in terms of trying to, control the outcome of it, as you loosen your grip, so to speak, you are loosening the restrictions that you've placed on yourself, and it allows Spirit to step in and create beautiful miracles for you, Cancer. So wonderful read here for you for October. As always, take what resonates and leave the rest. And if you're interested in your own personal reading, I'd love to be able to do that for you. You can hit me up at the Square site that's in the description box below, or at enchantedemeraldny@gmail.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, if there's another Cancer that's near and dear to your heart, and you feel so inclined to share this with them so they can benefit from the messages, I would appreciate that as well. And I will be back with another read for you guys again soon. I hope everybody has a phenomenal day. Thank you so much. Take care.